I'm still surprised where Mara and Alfie went. I hope I'll find them again. Would be weird if they just vanished. Oh, there. Haha. You just have to wander aloud, and then you get answers.
Silverglen! It's over.
Yes.
We did it. But Bjorn, my dear husband, fallen. Curse this black day. I have lost everything. You couldn't help it. I know you couldn't. Bjorn, my sweet. Gone. Alfie, old friend. Your poor master is gone.
I wonder if there was any way to succeed. Because, I mean, I was way over leveled for that fight. And he just died in one turn. Just one action from an enemy. Or if it was maybe just bad luck. Or if it's scripted. I don't know.
What is to become of me now? Oh, but I know, don't I? A blacksmith's wife I was in Hunter's Edge, and a blacksmith I'll become in Silverglen. For such is the one purpose in my life that remains. To honor dear Bjorn. Aye, come what may, Sir Knight, I thank you for standing by me, by us, during our hour of need. The fates deemed it fit to treat me cruelly, but you, I thank.
No. But we lost attitude? Why? I mean, we still escorted them. Alright. Yeah, I think maybe we can visit them later. Oh, or just follow him. Seems like Silverglen is a bit more than just a few huts. Oh, loot. Frost arrow.
My champion, my healer and protector. How delightful it is to see you again.
Why can I... What? Why can I barter with him? Anyway. So, how are you doing, Alfie?
Oh, I'm doing dandy. Thank you for asking. My wound is quite healed. A bit tender still, but coming along nicely. The powers that be have been going quite easy on me since we've been here. In fact,
That
I'm
voice.
expecting a promotion from Beast of Burden to House Guardian any day now. Better house, better food, and less cargo carrying shall soon be my lot.
Okay, let's see if we can buy something from Mara now as the new blacksmith here.
Welcome to late Bjorn's smithy.
Oh,
Blessed be his memory.
so how are you holding up?
I'm coping, your knightship, as well as I can. But it isn't easy, and the feeling's raw. Best not to dwell on things, they say. But tell me, how can you not?
I think her equipment is okay. It's just not very special.
Hey there! Lovely to see you again.
Alright, but now we bought a helmet, so let's equip that one. And then go back to exploring. Always so much to do, so I'm always like, okay, where should I go first? Let's first talk to the rat.
Squeak! If these villagers ever find out what Lawrence did, it's curtains for him.
Yeah. I guess the Tenebrium business seems to be the truth. So let's go upstairs, have a look here. God, that kind of seems to be like the miners guild or whatever.
What news from the mine?
Oh, there's Lawrence.
No news, sir. Goblins will slice us to ribbons if we approach the bridge.
Unacceptable. I want those goblins out of my mind by yesterday. Send another man. As many as it takes.
We haven't enough men among us to take on even a few of them, sir.
Are you deaf? I said I want those goblins out. Make it happen.
What a charming
Even if
dude.
you have to spear Drexis yourself.
Ooh, 10 freezing arrows. That's a lot. And cursing and explosive. That's insane. But hey, they're ours now. So let's talk to this charming man.
A source hunter. My liege, I am at your disposal. I am Lawrence, the representative of the mining guild responsible for operations in
mining guild.
Silverglen. Please, valiant hunter, let us know how we can assist you.
You're so dishonest, man. Maybe let's try by first starting to introduce yourself. Who are you?
Oh, I am no one special. Merely a humble servant of the guild and shepherd to the happy flock of miners within this settlement.
Mm-hmm.
My only cause for complaint, Your Grace, are these awful goblins. They're starving us out, refusing even a single honest miner his right to work. Perhaps my most upright highness.
My most upright
you might be able
highness.
to help us with this little problem.
Sure, what exactly are your troubles?
You must forgive me if I become somewhat overcome when discussing it, my liege. To think how I've been betrayed. To think how the humble miners of Silverglen suffer. I invited a tribe of goblins to assist us in clearing the Tenebrium from our mine, you see.
So that
The
is
leader of the
Tenebrium.
troop, a Saturn-spitting Satan named Drexis, promised to clear the Tenebrium and be gone. When the job was done, though, he and his band of totem-brained fiends refused to vacate. They've kept close guard of the bridges to the mine since, and they'll slice whoever dares approach them into ribbons. These goblins follow Drexis like lemmings, Your Grace, and if only I could undo the traitor, they'd slither back to the swamp they crawled from. Drexis's head on my mantle would save countless miners from a slow starvation, my liege. What's one goblin over countless disenfranchised workers?
Yeah. You know, Nadia has accused you of willfully endangering miners for profit. Maybe not. Maybe let's not say that. Because I think then he will be more reluctant to tell us things. I'd like to ask you some more further questions.
Please, Your Grace, I am completely at your disposal.
What exactly can you tell me about Tenebrium?
Useless stuff, my liege. Worse than common dirt. But 10 times as difficult to extract and infinitely more dangerous. If only we'd known in advance the terrible effect rot would have, we would have stopped trying to clear it immediately.
So, what exactly is rot?
Yes, a dreadful business that. I've been fortunate enough to avoid the sickness so far, my liege, but my heart truly breaks for the families of those who've been afflicted.
At least he plays the innocent and compassionate one, but I'm not sure. I don't think he is.
You see, my liege, when a miner has been overlong exposed to Tenebrium, he begins showing certain symptoms. Gangrene about the extremities, fatigue, malaise. At first, we attributed these symptoms to, well, to poor diet, laziness, and general malingering.
Had we known then what we've since discovered, we never would have continued operations. But alas, mistakes were made, and those we lost can never be brought back, no matter what that crackpot conduit would have one believe.
Oh, that's very interesting. That he dislikes the conduit, and so he's kind of against the cult here in the village. Ah, the conduit. Care to tell me more?
My liege, you ought not to concern yourself with the fraudulent leader of a crackpot cult. Really, the whole affair is an utter embarrassment to Silverglen. Some insane huckster calling herself the conduit of the goddess made her way to Silverglen at the height of the rot's hold on our miners. The people were desperate, you see.
Ah, so that's the sickness she healed. I mean, it was the same for us. I remember, but I think it was a starstone. But we encountered one of the stones, and coming into contact with them, with it, actually cured the rot of us too. So I guess the story might be true.
When by magic or illusion she managed to cure a handful of them of the affliction, every last one of the bunch began speaking of her as though she were some messiah. Now most of the town is taken with her little cult of immaculates, as she calls them.
I mean, she saved people from death. I guess that's cool.
Fortunately for her,
Only
she
that.
disappeared shortly after her little trick. Or I would have thrown her into prison and swallowed the key myself. Imagine hypnotizing an entire town with nothing more than snake oil.
Do you know by any chance a miner named Ben?
Ah, yes. Ben. Of course, one of our many noble miners.
He said the name with so much disdain.
A smallish man.
Ben.
I believe he's around here somewhere, isn't he?
Oh, so he doesn't even know he's dead. Can you tell me something more about the goblins?
Those brutes! I invited them here to save our valued miners from the ill effects of clearing Tenebrium, and those interlopers met my invitation with a hostile takeover.
Oh.
They haven't
control the
allowed
mine
a
now.
single human miner past them in months, and meanwhile my men have all but forgotten their vocation and turned instead to their damned religion.
Anything more you know about the Immaculates here?
Enough to know the whole institution has been a blight on productivity. With the blessings of the conduit
The only
to
important
replace
thing,
a sense of a
productivity.
job well done, the miners care hardly at all for getting the mines back in good working order.
I'll take my leave. What a charming man. Alright. Yeah, I think here we have another exit. Let's just mark that. It's not really a big village. We have like 4 houses and that's it. Ah, there's the mine. It seems like a small distance, but I think you have to walk. Maybe here. How charming! Some barrels surrounded with red skulls. Always a good sign. Okay. And there are the miners.
Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
Okay.
What's business for you anyway?
Swell enough, swell enough.
A little word of warning, traveler. The lands to the north are dangerous. Creepy crawlies as large as trolls over there.
What is a creepy crawly? Like a spider?
Hey there.
I hope you haven't come for miners' work, my friend. That's goblin territory now.
You know what?
I'm not
Of
in the mood
course.
for your games.
We don't let this money in their pockets go to waste.
Silverglen's finest attraction, you know.
Go, Wolgraff, go.
Double whiskey, if you please.
Here. And here.
there, cutie
Random.
pie. Wanna have a good time?
Tell me, sweetie,
Oh.
do you have someone?
Ah, and here's something else.
Always this
Dang
way.
it. Ah, you can always just pick the pockets once. To take care that the invisibility
Come
is running
hither,
out.
sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy in my hand.
Ah, Raymond and Ruby seem to be there to offer some
Source
fun.
hunter, are you? What brings you to this neck of the woods? The goblins? The orcs? The cult? Or the whole pretty bouquet?
All of it.
If I had a star for every time you
Do you wanna
brighten my
maybe
day,
introduce yourself?
I'd have a galaxy
Don't be
in my
surprised if you hear more than a few unkind words about yours truly around town. An overseer's got to enforce his share of unpopular guild decisions, you know. I'm finished with this one pony rodeo, though. I did my best by these roughnecks, and now it's time
Roughnecks.
for old Brandon to take a load off. In fact, you may be able to help speed my retirement plan along.
I'm not sure who of those two guys is the worst one.
I'd have a
I'll have a glass of wine, please.
The fun thing is, I think this is one of the decisions where they agree. Because Roderick is just a
Tell
bit
me,
too naive
sweetie,
and it's like,
you
yeah,
have
sure.
Over here,
And
sweet
Scarlett
cheeks.
knows there's something
Let's hear the
fishy,
details.
but it's like, okay, sure.
I must say, I'm also intrigued.
I knew a source hunter'd perk up
We
at
are
the
so
sound of a
bold.
challenge.
So, yeah, let's discuss your retirement plan.
Between you and me, the Troll King's sitting on a piece of treasure of more value than even he knows. A metal called Tenebrium that can fetch a prettier sum than its weight in
Oh
gold.
boy.
I intend to lift it, sell it, and live out the rest of me days in comfort.
But who even buys it? And who knows how to handle it without getting, like, catching
Come
rot
hither,
themselves?
sweetheart.
The devil's
Oh,
in the
if I had a
details, though, and I haven't managed to find a way to access the King's cave, much less make off with the stuff without being noticed. But you're a source hunter. You can sniff out any point of mystery. So let's make a deal, You find the Tenebrium and bring it to me, and I'll deliver you a few pieces of information about Silverglen, and Lawrence in particular, that are sure to make your mouth water.
I mean, yeah, that sounds intriguing.
Double whiskey, if you please.
Oh, it's not voiced. I wouldn't wish the rod on my worst enemy. No, so let me give you a little something to contain the Tenebrium bars. It's lined with the fragments of a special stone that keeps rod's ill effect at bay. I wonder if it's lined with starstone.
These goblins are worse than the trolls.
So, tell me more about the Troll King.
You're the answer to all
Apart from
my-
Gungir's stature and incurable case of the uglies, is not so different from a parakeet. Got a brain the size of a pea, and a fervent passion for all things bright and shiny. The nutty oaf sits on a river of silver beneath these mines, but leases it to the mining company for a fraction of its worth in gold. He'd rather put those hefty minions of his on toll duty than mine these hills himself for 5 times the reward. I can't be certain myself where his cave is located, but at least one of those oaf lackeys of his must know where to look. They've got to do something with all the gold they've gathered in the course of guarding those damn bridges, haven't they?
I have some more questions.
I'm no man to refuse a source hunter. Ask away, friend.
So, what do you know about the Immaculates?
That circus rolled into town shortly after the Tenebrium was discovered.
Mining
Some
people don't
freak
like them.
woman with a freak gemstone managed to cure rot by some strange magic and convinced most of the locals that she were the conduit of the goddess or some such tripe.
What exactly can you tell me about the Tenebrium? What does it do?
Do you believe
A
in the
strange
gods?
sort of substance, discovered here around 2
Strange.
years ago, and folks have been clamouring to get their paws on the rancid stuff ever since. To the right buyer, it's worth more than diamonds.
But what are they doing with that?
Do you
What
believe
do you
in
know
the
about the
gods,
rot?
baby? 'Cause you're
Rot?
the answer.
You're a curious sort of fella, aren't you? Ask around. Half the men here have a brother who died from it. The other half are cured by that cult.
And what exactly are the goblins doing?
Lawrence actually invited those bug-eyed creeps here himself. The miners were dropping like flies, and goblins had more of a natural tolerance for the work. Little did we know they'd overrun the place in a matter of months.
So there is a natural tolerance.
Tell me, sweetie.
Do you know
went
anything about a miner
someone
named Ben?
why you always
I remember him well. Decent man, strong-backed, with something of a funny accent, no? He managed to leave Silverglen alive, but as I recall, the symptoms of wrath were already upon him.
I'll take my leave.
Stay a while, darling.